Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Saira Mujtaba, and with me is Prashant Kumar Sinha with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch tomorrow e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. Home Minister Amit Shah says Uttar Pradesh leads in implementing all central schemes, launches several development projects in the state today. Gross GST collection in July crosses 1,16,000 crore rupees, indicating recovery of economy at a faster pace. Over 60 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in 24 hours in the country. Recovery rate stands at 97.36%. Special CBI court sentences two persons to 7-year imprisonment for rigging MP police recruitment test in 2013. India to assume United Nations Security Council presidency today. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur hails it as momentous as India marks its 75th Independence Day. Muslim Women Rights Day is being observed today to celebrate the enactment of law banning triple talaq. Japan declares emergency in 6 areas including Tokyo after record spike in COVID cases. And in Tokyo Olympics, shuttler PV Sindhu to play for bronze medal this evening, and men's hockey team take on Great Britain in the quarter-final. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment tomorrow through video conferencing. Mr. Modi has always championed digital initiatives. e-Rupee, a person and purpose-specific digital payment solution, is a QR code or SMS string-based e-voucher which is delivered to the mobile of the beneficiaries.
e-Rupee has been developed by National Payments Corporation of India on its UPI platform in collaboration with the Department of Financial Services, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and National Health Authority. The users of this seamless one-time payment mechanism will be able to redeem the voucher without a card, digital payments app or internet banking access at the service provider. Over the years, several programs have been launched to ensure that the benefits reach its intended beneficiaries in a targeted and leak-proof manner with a limited touch points between the government and the beneficiary. The concept of electronic voucher takes forward this vision of good governance. It's a revolutionary initiative in the direction of ensuring a leak-proof delivery of welfare services. It can also be used for delivering services under schemes meant for providing drugs and nutritional support under mother and child welfare schemes, TB eradication programs, drugs and diagnostics under schemes like Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana and fertilizer subsidies. The private sector can also leverage these digital vouchers as part of their employee welfare on corporate social responsibility programs. Ravi Kumar, AAR News Desk.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has exhorted the IPS probationers to play a major role in shaping the country to a Surajya during the next 25 years. He asked them to keep national interest in mind while taking any decision at the ground level and remember the mantra of nation first, always first.
आपको एक मंत्र सदा सर्वदा याद रखना है। फील्ड में रहते हुए आप जो भी फैसले ले उसमें देश हित होना चाहिए, राष्ट्रीय परिप्रेक्ष्य होना चाहिए। आपके कामकाज का दायरा और समस्याएं अक्सर लोकल होगी। ऐसे में उनसे निपटते हुए ये मंत्र बहुत काम आएगा। आपको हमेशा ये याद रखना है कि आप एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के भी ध्वजवाहक है। इसलिए आपके हर एक्शन, आपकी हर गतिविधि नेशन फर्स्ट, ऑलवेज फर्स्ट, राष्ट्र प्रथम, सदैव प्रथम इसी भावना को रिफ्लेक्ट करने वाली होनी चाहिए.
The Prime Minister addressed and interacted virtually with the IPS probationers of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy in Hyderabad. The Prime Minister interacted with IPS probationers from cadres belonging to various states, including Tamil Nadu, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Kerala and Andhra Pradesh on the occasion. Stating that the internal and external challenges grow along the development path of the country, he asked the probationers to be prepared to tackle technology disruptions and find innovative and new ideas to tackle menace of cyber and digital frauds.
आपकी चुनौती टेक्नोलॉजी डिसरप्शन के इस दौर में पुलिसिंग को निरंतर तैयार करने की, आपकी चुनौती क्राइम के नए तौर तरीकों को उससे भी ज्यादा इनोवेटिव तरीके से रोकने की है. विशेष रूप से साइबर सिक्योरिटी को लेकर नए प्रयोगों, नए रिसर्च और नए तौर तरीकों को आपको डेवलप भी करना होगा और उनको अप्लाई भी करना होगा.
Stating that development and welfare plays a key role in dealing with the internal security issues, the Prime Minister asked the IPS probationers to be considerate with the people and deal the issues with patience and concern. He asked them to make all out efforts to maintain peace and discipline in the society in the coming days. He exuded confidence that the new and young generation of police will make a difference in changing the negative image of the police among the common man.
देश की सुरक्षा के लिए, कानून व्यवस्था बनाए रखने के लिए, आतंक को मिटाने के लिए हमारे पुलिस के साथी अपनी जान तक न्यौछावर कर देते हैं. लेकिन जब पुलिस की इमेज की बात आती है तो लोगों का मनोभाव बदल जाता है. पुलिस में आ रही नई पीढ़ी का ये दायित्व है कि इमेज बदले, पुलिस का ये नेगेटिव परसेप्शन खत्म हो, ये आप लोगों को ही करना है.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said Uttar Pradesh is making all-round development under the leadership of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. Mr. Shah said that Mr. Yogi is doing excellent work in the state. He said that the state has developed in every direction and in comparison to 2017, the law and order situation has been entirely transformed and now people are safe and satisfied in the state.
उत्तर प्रदेश ने हर क्षेत्र में विकास, चाहे औद्योगिक निवेश करने की बात हो, चाहे योजनाओं के सफल क्रियान्वयन की बात हो, चाहे कानून और व्यवस्था ठीक करने की बात, चाहे गरीब किसान का ऋण माफ करने की बात हो, चाहे गरीब किसान का अनाज बिचौलिए के बगैर डायरेक्ट उसके बैंक अकाउंट में डालने की बात, चाहे हर घर में शौचालय बनाने की बात हो, हर घर विहीन को घर देने की बात हो, 1,47,00,000 महिलाओं को गैस का सिलेंडर देने की बात हो, इतने ही घरों के अंदर बिजली पहुंचाने की बात हो, चाहे भ्रष्टाचार को नाबूद कर भ्रष्टाचारियों पर भय खड़ा करने की बात हो, हर क्षेत्र में उत्तर प्रदेश ने योगी जी के नेतृत्व में बहुत अच्छा काम किया.
Mr. Shah was addressing a gathering after laying the foundation stone of Uttar Pradesh Institute of Forensic Sciences UPIFS in Piparsand area in Sarojini Nagar of Lucknow today.
उत्तर प्रदेश स्टेट इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ फॉरेंसिक साइंस यहाँ शुरू होने जा रहा है और यहाँ पर लगभग 200 करोड़ खर्च करा जाएगा और भारत सरकार ने यहाँ पर डीएनए केंद्र हेतु एक 15 करोड़ की राशि अनुमानित करी है, जो डीएनए के लिए देश में सबसे आधुनिक और सर्वोच्च संस्थान यहाँ पर बनाएगा. यहाँ लगभग 150 छात्र शुरुआत में हर साल ग्रेजुएट होकर बाहर निकलेंगे और 350 से ज्यादा फैकल्टी भी होंगे. एक प्रकार से फॉरेंसिक साइंस के क्षेत्र के अंदर शोध, अनुसंधान और उसका प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशन, ये तीनों को समाहित करने वाला इंस्टीट्यूट बनेगा.
Mr. Shah said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the National University of Forensic Sciences was established in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, and the Uttar Pradesh Institute of Forensic Science is also the outcome of the Prime Minister's vision. The Home Minister said that the BJP government does not believe in casteism, familyism and nepotism, but instead it believes in the development of the poor and better law and order situation. Mr. Shah said that Uttar Pradesh, under the leadership of Yogi Adityanath, has successfully controlled the COVID-19 situation and it is the state leading in the field of vaccination and COVID sample testing. The Home Minister said that before 2024, half of the states of the country will start forensic science facilities. Summing up his address, Mr. Amit Shah expressed the belief that BJP government will be back with full majority in Uttar Pradesh after the assembly elections. According to the schedule, after Lucknow, Mr. Shah will be in Mirzapur, where he will offer prayers at the shrine of Ma Vindhyavasini Devi Temple and also perform Bhumi Pujan in the afternoon. Later, the Union Minister will lay the foundation stone of Ma Vindhyavasini Corridor project. He will lay the foundation stone and dedicate various other development projects. He will also inaugurate the long-awaited newly constructed ropeway. Thereafter, he will also address a public gathering at Mirzapur and will leave for Varanasi. Under the nationwide COVID-19 vaccination drive, so far more than 47 crore 2 lakh doses have been administered in the country. The Health Ministry said in the past 24 hours, more than 60 lakh vaccine doses were administered. During the same period, over 39,000 patients recovered. The COVID-19 recovery rate today stands at 97.36%. Till now, more than 3 crore 8 lakh people have recovered from COVID-19. India reported over 41,831 new cases in the previous 24 hours. The active case load in the country is now over 4,10,000. Active cases constitute 1.30% of the total cases. The daily case positivity rate is at 2.34%, remaining below 5%. 541 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours.
Madhya Pradesh government has decided to extend the restrictions on the social, political, sports, entertainment, cultural, religious, fairs and public gatherings in the state till 10th of August. The Home Department has issued the orders to follow the rule of 6 while going to the market or other places. More details from our Bhopal correspondent.
All religious places are open, but more than 6 people cannot gather at the same spot. Cinema halls, gym and fitness centers can run with 50% capacity. Meanwhile, state reported 22 new positive cases. Corona positive rate is 0.03%. State reported more than 9 lakh vaccinations yesterday. State Immunization Officer Dr. Santosh Shukla said that Health Department is promoting second dose of vaccination. Special arrangements are also being made at vaccination centers for administering second dose of vaccine. Pooja Pivardhan, AIR News, Bhopal.
In West Bengal, the number of COVID-19 positive cases has slightly risen to 769 in the past 24 hours. The state reported 8 deaths yesterday. The fatality rate remains at 1.19% for the past few days. Nearly 15 lakh COVID patients have recovered in the state so far, with the recovery rate standing at 98.09%. Meanwhile, the state has inoculated nearly 2 crore 97 lakh people so far. Over 2 crore 9 lakh people have got the first dose, while around 87 lakh got the second dose.
The Delhi Zoo reopened its gates to the public today, more than 2 months since it was shut during the second wave of the pandemic. Delhi Zoo Director Ramesh Kumar Pandey said that in order to avoid queues at ticketing stations, zoo authorities had opened online booking for tickets yesterday. Visitors can buy tickets either through the zoo's website or at the entry gates using QR code. In total, 3,000 visitors are allowed in the premises during the day in 2 shifts, that is 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in order to space out the crowds and to ensure adequate time for sanitizing the premises. The zoo will be closed to visitors on Fridays. CCTV cameras have been installed in the zoo premises and authorities have urged visitors to adhere to COVID-appropriate behavior. In the run-up to Independence Day, we bring you stories on sectors which have made major impact on the lives of citizens. In this series, today we bring you a report on the health sector. In the past 7 years, the government has taken major steps to provide affordable and quality health care to the people. The world's largest vaccination drive is going on in the country, and the nation has so far administered over 46 crore 72 lakh COVID vaccines to the people. Prime Minister Narendra Modi had in June of this year announced that the government will provide free vaccines to all citizens above 18 years of age.
सभी नागरिकों के लिए भारत सरकार राज्यों को मुफ्त वैक्सीन मुहैया कराएगी। वैक्सीन निर्माताओं से कुल वैक्सीन उत्पादन का 75% हिस्सा भारत सरकार खुद ही खरीदकर राज्य सरकारों को मुफ्त देगी। यानी देश की किसी भी राज्य सरकार को वैक्सीन पर कुछ भी खर्च नहीं करना होगा। अब तक देश के करोड़ों लोगों को मुफ्त वैक्सीन मिली है। अब 18 वर्ष की आयु के लोग भी इसमें जुड़ जाएंगे। सभी देशवासियों के लिए भारत सरकार ही मुफ्त वैक्सीन उपलब्ध करवाएगी।
Our correspondent reports that the government has made every endeavor so that people can avail affordable healthcare services despite the ongoing pandemic.
Centre has taken several historic decisions in the last few years which proved instrumental in creating the modern healthcare system. Ayushman Bharat has proven to be a lifeline for poor people. Around 10.74 crore poor and vulnerable families are entitled for health cover of 5 lakh rupees per family per year for secondary and tertiary care hospitalization. The use of telemedicine has been promoted in a big way. eSanjeevani, a web-based comprehensive telemedicine solution, is being utilized to extend the reach of specialized healthcare services to masses in both rural areas and isolated communities. Women and child healthcare is one of the key focus areas of the government. To provide healthy nutrition and treatment to women and children, several schemes like Poshan Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri Matru Vandana Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan were initiated, which resulted in low maternal and child mortality rate. Suparna Saikya, IIR News, Delhi.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to virtually launch tomorrow e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. Home Minister Amit Shah says Uttar Pradesh leads in implementing all central schemes, launches several development projects in the state today. Gross GST collection in July crosses 1,16,000 crore rupees, indicating recovery of economy at a faster pace. Over 60 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in 24 hours in the country. Recovery rate stands at 97.36%. Special CBI court sentences 2 persons to 7-year imprisonment for rigging MP police recruitment test in 2013. India to assume United Nations Security Council UNSC presidency today. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur hails it momentous as India marks its 75th Independence Day. Muslim Women Rights Day is being observed today to celebrate the enactment of law banning triple talaq. Japan declares emergency in 6 areas, including Tokyo, after a record spike in COVID-19 cases. In the Tokyo Olympics, shuttler PV Sindhu to play for bronze medal this evening, and in men's hockey team takes on Great Britain in the quarter-finals. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मात नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो कुछ वादा करते हैं, मात नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Midday News. The gross GST revenue collected in July crossed 1,16,000 crore rupees. The Finance Ministry said it indicates that the economy is recovering at a fast pace and the robust GST revenues are likely to continue in the coming months as well. The revenues for the month of July 2021 are 33% higher than the GST revenues in the same month last year. GST collection, after posting above 1 lakh crore mark for 8 months in a row, dropped below 1 lakh crore last month. With the easing out of COVID restrictions, GST collection for July has again crossed 1 lakh crore rupees. The gross GST collected in July was 1,16,393 crore rupees, of which CGST is 22,197 crore rupees, SGST is 28,541 crore rupees, and IGST is 57,864 crore rupees. This includes 27,900 crore rupees collected on import of goods, and the cess is 7,790 crore rupees. A special CBI court has sentenced 2 people to 7 years imprisonment for rigging a police recruitment test conducted by the Madhya Pradesh Professional Examination Board in 2013, better known as Vyapam scam. The Vyapam scam involved fraud in Madhya Pradesh Professional Examination Board that was unearthed in 2013. It involved 13 different exams conducted by Vyapam for the selection of medical students and the state government employees.
The Jharkhand government has recommended a CBI probe into alleged killing of Dhanbad Additional District Judge Uttam Anand. A statement from the Chief Minister's office said that the death incident of Judge Uttam Anand has been transferred to the CBI for further probe. Judge Anand died in the coal city on the 28th of July after being hit by an auto rickshaw while he was on his morning walk. Jharkhand police filed a murder case in the incident after CCTV footage of the incident showed a vehicle deliberately swerving on an empty road to knock down the judge while he was out for the morning jog. India will assume the presidency of the United Nations Security Council today. In a message to the international community on the eve of this momentous occasion, India's permanent representative to the UN, Ambassador Tirumurthy, highlighted the significance of the responsibility to India and what India will strive to bring to the global high table.
India will be the President of the United Nations Security Council in August. It is a singular honor for us to be presiding over the Security Council in the same month when we are celebrating our 75th Independence Day. This is our 8th tenure in the Security Council. In the last 7 months of our tenure in the Council, we have taken a principled and forward-looking position on various issues. India will be organizing signature events in 3 major areas: maritime security, peacekeeping, and counter-terrorism.
Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur expressed happiness as India takes over the presidency of the UN Security Council for the month of August. Mr. Thakur said India's presidency of the United Nations Security Council UNSC begins in August, the country's Independence Day month. He said it is momentous as India is set to mark its 75th Independence Day. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar today said India will always be a voice of moderation, an advocate of dialogue and a proponent of international law. Dr. Jaishankar said as India takes over the UNSC presidency for August, he looks forward to working productively with other members.
Muslim Women Rights Day is being observed across the country today to celebrate the enactment of the law against triple talaq. Minister for Minority Affairs Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said that the government enacted the revolutionary law against triple talaq on 1st of August 2019, which has made the social malpractice of triple talaq a criminal offence. Mr. Naqvi said that there is a significant decline in triple talaq cases after the law came into effect. Muslim women across the country have overwhelmingly welcomed this law. Mr. Naqvi, along with the Minister for Women and Child Development, Smriti Irani, and the Minister for Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupinder Yadav, will attend a program in New Delhi to observe the Muslim Women Rights Day. Mizoram Chief Minister Zoramthanga today said that the boundary row between Mizoram and Assam will be resolved amicably through dialogue. He said this after having telephonic discussions with Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Assam Chief Minister Himant Biswa Sarma. In a tweet, Chief Minister Zoramthanga said, as per telephonic discussions with Union Home Minister and Assam Chief Minister, the 3 leaders agreed to resolve the border dispute issue amicably through meaningful dialogue. Chief Minister Zoramthanga also appealed to the people of the state to avoid posting of sensitive messages and make judicious use of their social media platforms to prevent any possible escalation of tension.
The Japanese government has declared a state of emergency in 6 areas, including the capital city of Tokyo, after a record spike in COVID cases. The emergency measures will be applicable until the 31st of August in Tokyo, Saitama, Chiba, Kanagawa, Osaka and Okinawa prefectures. The Japanese government has requested people to refrain from going out or traveling for non-essential, non-urgent reasons and to be as careful and restrained as possible regarding returning to their hometowns during the summer or other travel. The government announced that it will now focus on administering vaccines to people in the younger generation. On the 9th day in the Tokyo Olympics today, Indian athletes will be seen in action in their respective games. Shuttler PV Sindhu will compete against China's He Bingjiao for bronze medal in the evening at 5 p.m. She suffered a straight game defeat against world number 1 Tai Tzu Ying of Chinese Taipei in the women's singles semi-finals yesterday. In the women's singles finals, Chen Yu-Fi of China will take on Tai Tzu Ying of Chinese Taipei today in the evening. The men's hockey team will take on Great Britain with the hope of making the last 4 at 5 p.m. today. Indian boxer Satish Kumar lost today by a unanimous decision against Bakhtir Jalolov of Uzbekistan in the men's super heavy, that is 91 kg category quarterfinal. In discus throw yesterday, Kamalpreet Kaur with a throw of 64 meters stood second and booked a final berth via automatic qualification. Kamalpreet will be in action on Monday in the final. Indian women's hockey team defeated South Africa in a power game 4-3 yesterday. In the other group match, defending champions Great Britain defeated Ireland 2-0. That result left India fourth in the group and set them up for a clash against Australia on Monday in the quarter-finals.
In some international news, Taliban fighters struck Kandahar airport in southern Afghanistan with at least 3 rockets overnight. The insurgent group spokesperson today said that the aim was to thwart airstrikes conducted by the Afghan government forces. Zabiullah Mujahid, a Taliban spokesperson, told a news agency that they targeted Kandahar airport because the enemy were using it as a center to conduct airstrikes against Taliban. The Afghan government official said the rocket attacks forced the authorities to suspend all flights and that the runway was partially damaged. The News Services Division of All India Radio, in its bilingual live phone-in program, Corona Jagrukta series, will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19 tonight at 9:30 p.m. Assistant Professor of Medicine in Patna Medical College, Dr. Abhay Sinha, will participate in the discussion. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free number 1800-115767 and on telephone number 011-233-14444. Jammu and Kashmir government has announced National Anthem Singing Competition 2021 as the nation is celebrating 75 years of independence. Under the individual category, people in 2 subcategories, that is, between 13 and 18 years of age and those above 18 years can take part in the competition, while in group category also entries can be made. This competition is open from today till the 7th of this month.
Now let us take a look at the weather today. The national capital Delhi is predicted to have cloudy sky in the afternoon after moderate rain in the morning hours. The temperature will rise from a minimum of 25 degrees to a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain and the temperature will hover between 26 to 32 degrees Celsius. Chennai, with a likely cloudy sky and light rain, will have a maximum temperature of 36 degrees. It recorded a minimum temperature of 24 degrees Celsius. Kolkata may have cloudy skies with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. It had a minimum temperature of 28, while the maximum is expected to be around 32 degrees. Srinagar will experience partly cloudy skies with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. The temperature will hover between 21 and 28 degrees Celsius. Jammu will also have partly cloudy skies with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. It recorded 26 degrees Celsius as the lower limit of temperature, while the upper limit is expected to be nearly 33 degrees. Leh is likely to have generally cloudy skies. The lower limit of temperature was 10 degrees Celsius, while the upper limit will be nearly 25 degrees. Gilgit will have partly cloudy skies and the temperature will hover between 18 and 36 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will experience partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. The minimum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius and the maximum is expected to be around 32 degrees. Guwahati will have generally cloudy sky with moderate rain with temperature rising from a minimum of 28 degrees Celsius to a maximum of 34 degrees Celsius.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Modi to virtually launch tomorrow e-Rupee, a cashless and contactless instrument for digital payment. Home Minister Amit Shah says Uttar Pradesh leads in implementing all central schemes, launches several development projects in the state today. Gross GST collection in July crosses 1,16,000 crore rupees, indicating recovery of economy at a faster pace. Over 60 lakh COVID-19 vaccine doses administered in 24 hours in the country. Recovery rate stands at 97.36%. Special CBI court sentences 2 persons to 7-year imprisonment for rigging MP police recruitment test in 2013. India to assume UNSC presidency today. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur hails it as momentous as India marks its 75th Independence Day. Muslim Women's Rights Day is being observed today to celebrate the enactment of law banning triple talaq. Japan declares emergency in 6 areas, including Tokyo, after record spike in COVID cases. And on to sports. In Tokyo Olympics, shuttler PV Sindhu to play for bronze medal this evening and men's hockey team take on Great Britain in the quarterfinals. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.gov.in and News on AIR app. And with that, we end the Midday News.